Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about prep steps, prepping to take a new yoga class. This video is for those of you who are either experienced practitioners and maybe are traveling to another city, maybe going on vacation, or maybe you're just trying something new in your area. It's also a video for those of you who are brand new to yoga. Maybe you're just going to your very first or only second or third class, and you just like a reminder of the important things to keep in mind when you go to a new yoga class. This video is for you. The first thing to look into is the style of yoga that the location you're looking at offers. Whether it's a Bikram yoga class you're looking for, something very systematic and intense like Bikram, or maybe you want something very gentle like Yin yoga. Maybe you're a fan of the heated styles of yoga. You want to make sure that the yoga studio or location you're looking at offers what you want, and you don't end up showing up for a gentle yoga class only to find that it's actually done in a 102-degree room and you have a heart condition. So make sure you do your research. Second thing you want to look into are the credentials of the teacher you'll be taking class with. Is your teacher just certified through a weekend program? Are they a personal trainer who happens to also teach yoga? Or is this someone who is registered with Yoga Alliance, which is the United States umbrella organization that really has the best registry of qualified yoga teachers with minimum requirement standards on up. So you'll want to learn a little bit more about what your teacher's background is, especially if you have certain health conditions or you're just new to a certain style. You want to make sure you're working with somebody who's been doing the practice and doing the teaching for a long time, at least a few years ideally. And then if you're a very seasoned practitioner, you can throw your hat in the ring with somebody who's maybe a little less experienced teacher because you know how to do your own practice even while they're instructing in a way that might not resonate with you. So depending on your experience level, you want to know more about your teacher and how you'll be able to interact with them. The next thing you're going to want to do is find out what kind of yoga props your location has. Do they provide yoga mats? Most yoga studios do, but if you have a specialized kind of mat, perhaps you like yours to have a fabric overlay like Yogi Toes uses for hot yoga classes, or maybe you just have one that is your lucky yoga mat, or maybe you prefer something even thinner than the standard 1/8 to 1/4 inch. That's something you want to consider. Also be aware of whether or not your studio provides yoga blocks. I like the lighter versions. This is a foam block. I like it because I can move it around quickly and easily. A beginning practitioner might actually prefer a wooden block that's very heavy and gives them a little more stability. Depends on what you're using the block for. So if you're not sure, maybe call the studio and ask about what the blocks are used for, how you might use them at a beginner level, and of course those of you more experienced, you know whether or not you need one, bring your own or use what's available to you at the studio. The last prop you may want to have is a yoga strap. These also are often available at a studio, but if you know you need one, especially those of us who have tight backs, tight hamstrings, and tight hips, even shoulders, we may find this prop really helpful. And if your studio or location doesn't offer these, you may want to get your own at a simple resale store or a place like Target, where you can often get these kinds of yoga props. Last thing to remember is don't forget your water. It's very important to drink water anytime you exercise, whether that's cardio, weights, or yoga. I like the flip top styles. They allow me to stop what I'm doing really briefly, take a quick drink, and get right back to my yoga. I had a really cool SIGG bottle. That's a company spelled S-I-G-G, and they make these gorgeous metal bottles with really beautiful graphics, but they have a screw top, and for me that takes too much time. I don't want my water to be an interruption in my sun salutation, for example. So make sure you have your water in whatever kind of container works for you, and please make sure the lid screws on. Do not just have a simple, cup. It'll spill almost guaranteed, and then you've made a mess in your yoga studio. So bring something with a good screw top and some kind of an opening device that suits you. The last thing you want to make sure to do is take into consideration your health needs. So make sure you talk to the teacher beforehand. Hey, I'm new to yoga, or hey, I haven't done yoga in 5 years and I used to do a lot of practice, but I've undergone surgery. Or maybe, hey, I'm just visiting, I have been traveling, my back is hurting from the plane, Can you make sure you keep an eye on me because maybe I just got over the flu or something? Whatever it is, communicate with your teacher before class. Let them know if you want some extra help. Don't tell them in class, they're busy. Tell them before class, and that way throughout the experience they can keep their eye on you, make sure to keep you safe and supported as you do your yoga. Thanks for joining me for Prep Steps, prepping to take a new yoga class. I'll be doing more videos on yoga, essentially a yoga A to Z. Make sure to look for those. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe to my channel, share with a friend, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.